Hello, welcome all parents and students to my video. My name is Phúc and I'm from KHọi Primary School. I'm so happy to see you right here. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Now, today we keep going with lesson 6. Now open your book on page 69. What can you see? You see a table right here with two columns: highest, biggest, largest, longest. And here some places: island, beach, lake, and mountain. And in this table we have two columns, column 1 and column 2. Name: Phân xì bằng, ba bé, trà cỏ, and phú quốc. You have to listen and complete the table. For example, you number 1, highest. Write down highest. And mountain. Phân xì bằng is the highest mountain in Vietnam. So now, listen and complete.
Listening 88. Listen and complete the table. 1.
What's the highest mountain in Vietnam? Is it in Lao Cai province? Yes, it is. And what's it called? It's Phan Xi Pang Mountain. That's right.
2.
What's the biggest lake in Vietnam? Is it Ba Be Lake? Yes, it is. And where is it? It's in Bắc Cạn province. Yes.
3.
What's the longest beach? Is it Tra Co Beach? Yes, great.
4.
What's the largest island in Vietnam? Is it KHọi Island? No, it isn't. I know it. It's Phu Quoc Island. Yes, it is. Very good.
Now listen again. I'll check your answer.
Listening 88. Listen and complete the table. 1.
What's the highest mountain in Vietnam? Is it
What's the highest mountain in Vietnam?
in Lao Cai province?
Is it in Lao Cai province? Sorry.
Yes, it is. And what's it called? It's Phan Xi Pang Mountain.
It's Phan Xi Pang Mountain. So write down highest mountain for Phan Xi Pang.
That's right.
2.
What's the biggest lake in Vietnam?
What's the biggest lake in Vietnam?
Is it Ba Be Lake? Yes, it
Is it Ba Be Lake? Yes.
is. And where is it? It's in Bắc Cạn province.
It's in Bắc Cạn province. So number 2, biggest lake in Vietnam is Ba Be, is in Bắc Cạn province.
Yes.
3.
What's the longest beach? Is it Tra Co Beach? Yes, great.
What's the longest beach? Is it Trà Cỏ Beach? Yes, it is.
4.
What's the largest island in Vietnam?
What's the largest island in Vietnam?
Is it KHọi Island? No, it isn't. I know it. It's Phu Quoc Island.
It's Phú Quốc Island. So number 4, the largest island in Vietnam is Phú Quốc. Now open your book and write out the answers, please. Move on number 2. It's time for speaking. Ask and answer with some words in the past: large, big, high, and long. For example, what's the highest mountain in Vietnam? Phan Xi Pang. So as you can see, I underline highest mountain. It means you can change the largest, the biggest, the highest, and the longest. And here, some information for you to answer my question. Are you ready? Go. What's the biggest lake in Vietnam? Yes, it's Ba Bê Lake. Okay? Now, question number 2. What's the largest island in Vietnam? Well done. It's Phu Quoc Island. Well done. Question number 3. What's the highest mountain in Vietnam? Easy, right? Right here. The highest mountain in Vietnam is Phan Xipang. And the last one, question number 4. What's the longest beach in Vietnam? It's Dra Bo Beach. Yes. Good job. So you can ask and answer with your mom or your dad, maybe your sibling if they know English. And now have a look. I always go to the shopping mall. I never go to the shopping mall. You can see the red words always and never. They are adverbs of frequency. So you can see I is subject plus adverb and the verb go. So here's the structure. You have to put adverb of frequency before the verb. Here, verb, we put always, never, and sometimes before the verb. Okay? And here, look at these 3 sentences. I sometimes go to the shopping mall. I go to the shopping mall sometimes. Sometimes I go to the shopping mall. As this structure, sometimes in the middle, before the verb go. But sentence number 2, sometimes at the end of the sentence. And here, sometimes is at the beginning of the sentence. So, for sometimes, we can put it before the verb, at the beginning, or at the end of the sentence. Okay? So now, move on number 3. Are these sentences correct? Put a tick. If it's not correct, put a cross. Number 1, she sometimes plays chess. We put sometimes before the verb plays. So yes. So now you have 2 minutes to finish number 2 to number 6. Go. Okay, now we check the answer together. Number 2, Lan cooks never. Is that right? No. Never, right here. Lan never cooks. Not Lan cooks never. Number 3, you watch DVD sometimes. Sometimes at the end of the sentence. Yes. Number 4, the boys always play basketball. Always before the verb play. So correct. Number 5, always I go swimming on Saturdays. Always at the beginning? No. I always go. Not always I go. I always go. Number 6, I always go. Yes. I always go to the lake on vacation. Now write out the answers. Now, exercise number 4, write about you. Complete a sentence. We have 4 sentences here. Number 1, I always blah blah blah. So you have to finish the sentence about you. I always have dinner at 7 p.m. I always blah blah. I sometimes. I never. Now you have 3 more minutes to write out 3 sentences, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, go. Finished yet? Alright, here are my sentences. Number 2, Mr. Fook always eat a sandwich for breakfast. I always get a sandwich for breakfast. I always eat chicken for breakfast. I always drink milk tea for dinner. Number 3, I sometimes ride a bike to school. Mr. Fook sometimes rides the bike to school. And number 4, I never cook noodles because Mr. Fook's not good at cooking. So you can write out anything about you. Okay? Now move on lesson 3 on page 62. You see a table from smallest to biggest, shortest to tallest, slowest to fastest. And then there is a mistake in each sentence. You have to write out the correct answer. Number 1, a train is faster than a plane. No, a train is slower than a plane. So you finish number 2 to number 6. Okay, so number 2, a mouse is taller than a horse. No, a mouse is shorter than a horse, not taller. Number 3, Australia is smaller than Vietnam. It's bigger than, not smaller than. Number 4, a plane is slower than a car. It's faster than. Number 5, Vietnam is smaller than the USA. And number 6, giraffe is shorter than a horse. Oh no, giraffe is taller than a horse. Write out the answer, please. Now move on exercise number 2. Listen and circle the correct answer on page 62. Now listen.
Listening 20. Listen. Circle the correct answer. 1.
Do you know which transportation is faster? A plane or a car? I think a plane is faster. That's right.
2.
Do you know which country is smaller? Thailand or Australia? Of course Thailand is smaller. You were right.
3.
Okay, what's the tallest animal? A giraffe, a mouse, or a horse? It's a giraffe. Good.
4.
What's the slowest transportation? A plane, a car, or a bike? I think it's a bike. Right.
5.
What's the biggest country? Thailand, Vietnam, or Australia? Australia is the biggest, of course.
6.
What's the shortest animal? A mouse, a horse, or a giraffe? It's a mouse.
Now listen again and I'll check your answer.
Listening 20. Listen. Circle the correct answer. 1.
Do you know which transportation is faster? A plane or a car? I think a plane is faster.
A plane.
That's right.
So circle a plane.
2.
Do you know which country is smaller?
Do you know which country is smaller?
Thailand or Australia? Of course Thailand is smaller.
Thailand.
You're right.
Right. Circle Thailand.
3.
Okay, what's the tallest animal? A giraffe, a mouse, or a horse? It's a giraffe.
It's a giraffe.
Good.
So circle giraffe, the tallest animal.
What's the slowest transportation? A plane, a car, or a bike? I think it's a bike. Right.
I think it's a bike. So circle a bike, the slowest.
Five.
What's the biggest country? Thailand, Vietnam, or Australia? Australia is the biggest, of course.
Australia is the biggest, of course. So circle Australia.
6.
What's the shortest animal? A mouse, a horse, or a giraffe? It's a mouse.
It's a mouse. So circle a mouse. Easy, right? Now write out the answers. Now move on lesson 4, phonics. Look at these pictures and finish the words with AI, AY, or A, blah blah blah, E. Easy, right? So okay, so number 2. Yes, Monday. Number 3, race. Number 4, train. Number 5, tray. And number 6, case. Now move on, exercise number 2, listen and write. It's Monday, blah blah blah. You have to listen and write. Are you ready? Listen.
Listening 21. Listen and write. It's Monday today, and I can play. Outside there's rain, but I'm in with my trains. I open my case, and the trains have a race.
Easy, right? This song is also in your student book. So number 2 is Monday today, and I can play. Outside there's rain, but I'm with my trains. I open my case, and the trains have a race. Good job. So now write out the answers for exercise number 1 and number 2. And move on number 3 on page 63. Look at this picture and circle the words. Easy, right? So now you can do with me. Number 2, race. Yes, circle race. Number 3, what is it? Good. Train. Number 4, Monday. Here you see the circle. So Monday and Monday. Number 5, case. And the last one, number 6, rain. Well done. Open your book on page 65, please. Number 1, circle all the words that make sense. Number 1, blah blah blah, she watches TV in the evening. You see, the answer have to be at the beginning of the sentence, so you have to choose sometimes. Number 2, you see the adverb before the verb place. Number 3, at the end of the sentence. Number 4, before the verb goes. And number 6, at the beginning. Okay, so now 2 minutes for you to finish exercise 1. Go. Okay, so number 2, we have to put always before the verb, sometimes and never, right? So 3 of them are correct. Because circle all, you can circle always, sometimes and never. Number 3, at the end of the sentence, just sometimes only. Number 4, yes, always, sometimes and never, before the verb goes. And last one, number 5, at the beginning, like number 1, beginning, so we have to use sometimes. They play basketball after school. Now write out the answers. Exercise number 2, you see a pause with some words. Make, vacation, more means shopping center. Saturdays, living is an example. Tomato, volleyball, and rivers. And here a text, you have to read it and write out the answers from the pause. I sometimes help my dad to clean the blah 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 room, so just living room. Number 2, swim in the so we'll swim in a river, swim in a swimming pool, swim in a lake. Number 3, play is mean play a sport here. Number 4, I never go to school on blah blah blah. It's a day, right? Number 5, I always blah 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 case. Number 6, we sometimes go on to the mountain. Go on what? Go on. Number 7, I always have cheese and blah 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 on pizza. So a kind of fruit here, a kind of food. Number 8, I go shopping blah 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 with my cousin sometimes. Shopping what? So now 2 minutes for you. Finish yet? Now number 2, I never swim in the mall. No, swim in the rivers. Yeah, we can swim in rivers. Number 3, play volleyball. Easy. Number 4, never go to school on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday and Sundays. Number 5, I always blah blah case. So make case. And go on vacation. Go on vacation. Cheese and tomato on pizza. Tomato pizza. And the last one, number 8, shopping mall. Shopping mall means shopping center. Number 3, write sentences about you. Use always, sometimes, or never. You can write out anything as the exercise in the student book. And here are my answers. I sometimes eat a sandwich for breakfast. I sometimes eat a chicken for dinner. I sometimes eat an ice cream for lunch. I never get up late. I never smoke. I never go to school on Saturdays and Sundays. And the last one, I always watch TV at 8. I always play game. I always watch TV with my mom. I always play volleyball with my dad. You can write down anything about you using always, sometimes, and never. And don't forget to finish the exercise on Google Form for Grade 4, Unit 9, and Lesson 6. And that's the end of the lesson today. Goodbye.